Tonight's Coach's Show with Hempfield Spartans coach Rich Bowen is presented by the Ground Round near the Westmoreland Mall in Greensburg. Whether it's specialty burgers and sandwiches, one-of-a-kind fajitas, or one of their homemade dinners, we've got what you like at the Ground Round.
We continue live from Norwin Knight Stadium here on the Westmoreland Sports Network on the C. Harper Auto pregame show. And our first coach's interview, brought to you by the Ground Round in Greensburg, is with Hempfield head coach Rich Bowen. We'll also have an interview coming up with Norwin head coach Dave Brozeski. Coach, first of all, obviously the season opener didn't go the way you wanted it to last week. Plum seemed to get a spark early on. They broke a big run against you. First play from scrimmage, actually, for them. Seemed like you just couldn't match their play up front. Can you kind of reflect back on last week's 48-21 loss to the Mustangs?
It was a learning experience for us. We're a young football team. Hopefully we get better each and every week. But I give Plum credit. They came out. I knew they were a good football team. I saw that on film. I mean, they're dramatically improved, and I give them all the credit in the world. They came in, and they took it to us, and they played a great football game. But I think for us, we learned some good lessons. We played a lot of young kids. We had a lot of soft on the field, especially on defense, and hopefully we grow from that, and we play better this week.
Yeah, Coach, I mean, you guys kept plugging away. You were down late in the game. Is it important as a young team to continue to use any game time you get, no matter what the score is, to continue to work at a high level? Because, with the amount of young players you have, you certainly don't want to waste that time. I know you don't want to go down by that many points as you were, but is it important not to hang your head and continue to kind of work on things and keep building these young players and getting them experience and, again, not kind of waste that time?
Absolutely. And we were actually proud of our kids because they hung in there. They battled tough. Mm-hmm. They played till the end of the game. And then we came back on Monday, and obviously Saturday we won the JV game, which was good for us, and we had a good Saturday meeting. And then we came back on Labor Day and probably had our best practice of the year. And we know what our weaknesses are right now. We just got to correct those and keep battling with these young kids. And we do have to become more physical and tougher. And, all those cliches you hear about, we got to play smarter football, more physical football. We need to do that. And I'm proud of our kids and the way they practice this week because they have a great attitude and they're working hard. And I don't know how many wins that's going to equate to, but I know nobody's working harder than we are.
Well, it's certainly good to hear the guys, their confidence level is still up, and they're certainly willing to work hard. Plum seemed to have you guys number up front, in the line of scrimmage. Is that kind of what you saw on film, and why do you think they were able to have so much success up front?
Well, I mean, they are. I mean, they're a senior-dominated football team. Mm-hmm. They've taken their lumps in the other conference for 2 years. These are kids that have started for 3 years. They were very physical up front, and I got to give them all the credit in the world. We just didn't match that in the first game. And again, it's no excuse. It's just it's stating the facts that we are very young up front. We're very young at linebacker with a couple of the key injuries we have at that linebacker position. And it was just, one of those nights, where they found our weaknesses and they exploited it. And, we're just going to get the kids that are playing. We're going to keep working hard and getting them better each and every day. And hopefully we can improve upon that performance this week.
Well, you mentioned the young guys, and one of those guys that kind of young and maybe not so much, junior Daniel Walters, your starting quarterback, obviously, again, played as a freshman at Greensburg-Salem, but, he's still a young player as well, still getting used to starting in this offense. Can you kind of evaluate his first start at Hempfield last week?
Yeah, I thought it was an outstanding performance. He performed well in the scrimmages, and then, Daniel started as a freshman, but then last year when he transferred in, he did not start, and he came in. This was his first Quad A start, and I think he did a great job. He went, 19 out of 26 for 230 yards and a touchdown and ran the offense well, and I just think he's going to get better each and every week, and I was proud of his first start.
A couple of real bright spots for you, I thought, Coach, was, first of all, Chase Logan on the defensive side of the ball. Not only did he recover a fumble for you in the end zone to give you guys a touchdown and tie the game in the first quarter, I thought he played, a good game. And Dante Luther, too, man. I mean, you had talked about how good of a route runner he is, but a senior just, not caring what the score is and continuing to work hard. Can you talk about those two guys?
Yeah, Chase battled all night. He's one of the few seniors we had out there on defense, and he played a great game. And, he's just going to keep getting better and better each and every week, too. And that's our motto, of course. We're going to improve every week. And, I expect big things for Chase for the rest of the year. And Dante Luther, I mean, he's done nothing but turn himself into a great football player over the last 2 years. He's really worked hard at it. He's done a lot of off-season stuff, and he might not look the part when you first see him, and he is a threat as a receiver, but I think he ended up with 9 catches for about 150 yards, and he's probably the best route runner I've ever had in 22 years.
Wow, that's certainly something for as long as you've coached. That's a heck of a con. And we saw it last week, certainly, for Dante. Let's talk about the Norwin Knights tonight. Go up against Norwin, and a team that obviously is coming in with a lot of momentum, winning their opener against the Latrobe Wildcats, and obviously a team you know a little bit about with your son Sean playing for them. Can you just kind of talk about what you've seen on film from Norwin, what they do well, and what you guys have to do well against Norwin to get a win?
Sure. I mean, Norwin's a greatly improved football team. I think they're playing with a lot of confidence. They have a lot of momentum going. I think Dave Brzezinski in his first year has instilled a great attitude with those kids. I know they've struggled the last 3 or 4 years, and I think he's come in and has given them a fresh attitude, and they're believing in themselves right now. And I think this is a very good Norwin football team. Again, they're senior dominated with a lot of kids have been 3-year starters now, and they got Logan Deary. He does a great job. They play a physical style defense, and he's the leader there. Peyton Deary at running back. He's done a great job, and I just think this is probably the best Norwin team in probably the last few years, and I know they're expecting a big season, and we know those kids very well, and our kids know them very well, and we expect a battle Friday night. We're going out there with an attitude that we can win this game, and we're going to do everything we can to win it, but we also know Norwin is a good football team.
Certainly should be a fun game to watch and a fun game to call. Now, I know we asked you this before, but what is game week like in the Bowen household here? This is, I guess, going to be the last time you guys are going through it. What's it like?
You know what? It's not bad. Sean's grown up in, obviously I've been a head coach for 22 years in high school, so he's grown up with it, and my dad was a high school head coach for a long time, so we come from a football family. We know pretty much on this game week, we really don't talk about it too much. I want Sean to go out and play a great game when he gets his opportunity, and the greatest night for the Bowen family would be Sean gets in and plays great, and then Hempfield comes out with a win.
Exactly. No doubt.
Look, I don't know if everybody in the Bowen family looks at it that way, but that's the way I look at it. But it's just it's a neat experience. I'm proud of my son. He's really battled for 3 years, and he's worked hard to make himself a better football player. So I'm proud no matter what he does. Well,
Coach, good luck tonight against Norwin. Certainly looking forward to seeing how everything plays out.
All right, Dan, thanks.
That is head coach Rich Bowen of the Hempfield Spartans. Don't go away. We have another Ground Round Coaches interview for you, and that is with Norwin head coach Dave Brzezinski. We'll have that for you in a moment on the Westmoreland Sports Network.